This is the Equid E-Commerce Show with your host, Jesse Ness, along with Richard O'Tay.
What's going on, Tim? We got a substitute co-host. You're really the star of YouTube, Equid YouTube anyway, so...
I'm no Richard O'Tay.
No Richard O'Tay?
No Richard O'Tay.
That is true. Richard O'Tay would be talking into the microphone like a professional.
What-
Tim,
okay.
come on
Just
now.
look at this guy up here pointing at me from behind this window. What do you think you know?
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
Yes.
Nothing.
You've replaced him, Wally pipped him.
Oh, well.
that is. Anyway.
man, today I am so excited to be talking about my 10 favorite kinds of pizza. Now, we're
Wow.
going to get into a lot of different crusts.
Okay.
Little known fact about deep dish, most people think it's a thick crust. It isn't. You know, sometimes it's thick, but traditionally it's a very thin crust that's been pressed to the sides of a pan. It's very buttery. It's very crispy. But that is the indicator of a good traditional deep dish.
Wow.
Now, we could talk about New York style. We can talk about tavern style. I know a lot.
Cauliflower crust is a
About-
thing,
stop.
sadly.
No,
Yeah.
we're not talking about that.
All right. We're off to a good start here, Tim. I like it. I hope listeners are getting hungry, ready for the top 10 pizza crusts.
Yeah, I wish that's what we were talking about. But we are talking about something that's equally as good. We are going to be talking about why you need to be using email marketing in 2020.
Wow. Email marketing. Have you guys ever heard about email marketing?
I bet you have. If you have an email because your inbox is loaded with it.
Yes. So, like many people, you probably spend a good portion of your day reading emails. And so you're probably, as a store owner, thinking, man, I don't want to send more emails. I hate emails. No, you should send more emails. Emails totally work. They've always worked. And they're going to work even more in 2020.
Yeah, I think email is one of those things that people tend to neglect, or they think, oh, emails, it's kind of going out of vogue. We've got all these new kinds of traditional advertising or digital advertising and all these different things. And it's just not true. Email marketing is just continuing to grow. I don't remember what the stat was, but it's something like $350 billion that was spent on email marketing in 2019 alone. So it's a big avenue and a big opportunity to speak to your customers at a place that they are interacting on a daily basis. I think it's something like 50% of Americans check their email at least once a day, and 55% of consumers actually like to receive relevant content from businesses in their inbox.
They like email, they check email, send people some emails, I think. So we're obviously talking about email here today, but we want to give you some real examples. So you've probably heard before, oh, email marketing, you should do it. And you're like, oh, yeah, I got to send some newsletters, I got to send some emails. We're going to give you more of the kind of some easier options for that. We'll talk about some of our previous guests and the emails that we think they should send. And of course, there is some awesome new functionality inside of Equid to help you with this. So, Tim, where should we start here?
Of course. Well, I think where we should probably start is just talking a little bit about the different types of email marketing. So when I think about email marketing, I think about three big categories. So you've got newsletters, which is something businesses might traditionally send out once a week or once a month at some regular interval. It's news about the business, possibly an offer. But then there's also transactional emails. Those are emails that you would receive, let's say, if you place an order and say, hey, your order confirmation, or hey, we just shipped your product, those types of emails. And then there are promotional emails, and those are the emails where you really get the opportunity to push more product towards your customers, tell them about new offers, and really drive them back to your website to make purchases.
Okay. Well, Tim, I think we can start with newsletters because anybody who's listening to this probably is on the Equid newsletter list, and those emails are written by a very special guy.
They're written by me.
Yeah.
I'm the special guy.
Yep, Tim is the special email editor, writer, email aficionado. I don't know. I don't know if that's a thing.
This podcast has just gone off the rails.
All right. Well,
It's off the rails.
yeah. All right. So, so newsletters. All right. They're probably one of the most. I don't know. They're an easy email. Maybe they're not easy for everybody, but I think when you buy from a store, you do expect to see a newsletter at some point. You should really have a sign-up link on your site to sign up people for newsletters. You can build a list out of people that have previously bought. And, maybe you're not going to start writing a newsletter when you have 3 customers. It might be a lot of time for those 3 customers. But it's something to start thinking about. It's a regular communication to start building community with your customers.
Yeah, I think the real value of the newsletter is it gives you consistent touch points, and it gives you an opportunity to connect and build a relationship with your customer in a way that, say, a promotional offer email that says, hey, you get 15% off your products, doesn't really give you. You can share different news, you can share different insights. Jesse, what are some examples from some Ecwid customers that you've seen of some really good opportunities to send a newsletter?
Yeah, so people that have listened to the podcast regularly, you've heard from some of our customers, and so maybe they're already sending newsletters. I hope they are because, I hope they're doing the right things. But for example, so we had probably one of the previous podcasts right before this was Prairie Melody Birdseed. So it's organic birdseed. So you think for that, like, okay, well, I don't know, newsletter, what can you send out? Well, there's always some sort of news. Like, okay, a weekly newsletter for organic birdseed, that's probably a bit much. That's a bit of an overkill. I agree. I wouldn't open that email every week. But if it was once a month and I'm a person that already bought organic birdseed, I might be interested in hearing what's the latest news. Like, it's a seasonal thing. Okay, the I don't know, the Cardinals are flying into your state and you should be ready to feed some cardinals. I don't know. I was going to say they hibernate, but I don't think cardinals hibernate. Anyway.
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, we're not ornithologists, but all right. So a lot of big words, Tim. I know.
It's impressive.
I didn't even have that down in our notes. So that's an example. Thinking back, a previous guest, we had Aquila of Kissed by a Bee. So it was a variety of kind of health products that help with skincare, right? So maybe a newsletter there could be maybe it's every month, every 2 months. Hey, we have a new product that's great for this. Or here's a customer story that we received. Somebody had been using our product. Here's a picture of their elbow that's all cured. And, what I want to, the reason I'm saying this and stumbling over my stories here is that every single store out there has a reason to put together some email and send it to their customer base, even if you think you might be spamming people or they don't want to hear that. They signed up for your newsletter, they bought your product, they do care, and not everybody's going to open it, and and that's fine. They saw the email in their inbox, that might work. They're reminded that you exist as a business, they're connected with you, and I mean, a lot of times newsletters, what do they get? Maybe a 20% open rate is probably a good number. Tim, what's our open rate on our newsletter?
Yeah, our open rate's somewhere in the 20s. Like, it's not 100%, and like, that's okay.
You don't cry over it?
I do. Sometimes I cry.
Okay.
But for a variety of reasons.
If it goes under 20, do you cry?
It depends on the day. If it's a Tuesday, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the key is just like don't be afraid to be in the inbox. I've got some more stats here that I just like. They're just endlessly interesting because they're so contrary to what we instinctively believe to be true. So 72% of consumers actually prefer to receive business communications through email. So if you have the opportunity to be like in their social feed or plastering a billboard on the side of a building, they would rather you be in their email.
Tim, I know you as our chief millennial here. We argue often where you might send me a text and I will prefer that you send it to me an email, and I'll maybe send you a scanned fax back just to let you know my preferred method
Just living in the dark ages.
Yeah. So I prefer email, right? And a lot of people do.
Yeah, and just another quick stat here. 61% of consumers actually have said they enjoy receiving promotional emails from businesses. So it's not, even if they don't open your email, it's not to say that they don't want it. People get a lot of email. We realize that. That's why Google has created filters to have a promotional section and all these different things. But suffice it to say, people still want to receive those emails, even if they don't open every one. So don't be afraid to be there.
Yeah, I think I get a lot of emails, and I rarely open them. But like, I get an email from Home Depot probably, if not every day, every other day. You know, like Bed Bath & Beyond. I haven't bought anything there in years, but I know that I get these emails, and so if I'm ever on the, all right, I'm going to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know why I would do that, by the way. But if I did, I know there's a 20% discount somewhere in my email. So I don't unsubscribe. I just don't read it. So I'm not mad at any of these stores for sending me emails. I know that's just part of the game, and I got to kind of remove the noise. So
yeah, and I think just how unfortunate would it be if that, so let's say you have a customer who doesn't open any of your emails. So you're just like, oh, I'm not going to send them an email. And then the one time they want an email, like they're like, oh, I'm ready to buy now. I'd like to see if I have a coupon. What are the new products? There's no email in their inbox. Like, you missed that opportunity. If they don't want to be on your list, they'll unsubscribe. That's why we get put unsubscribe buttons in emails. But yeah, just be there.
just be there, send some emails. Now, we talked mostly about newsletters there, and that does take a little bit of, I don't know, a little creativity. You do have to kind of sit down and say, put your writing hat on, or whatever it is, whatever it is you do to write, you do have to kind of to do that, right? So I think now we want to talk to you about another ways that are really just automated, where you don't need to do all this thinking. You don't need to press send. Like when you send emails from MailChimp, there's like a little monkey's hand pushing a button. Like you don't have to sweat it out here. These are just emails that happen all the time.
And MailChimp, what is with the sweated out monkey? Stresses me out every time.
It does, I know. But you still push that button.
It's like that game Catchphrase where they put the beeper on. Like, why does the beeper have to be there? Just turn it off. I'd be a lot less anxious about this experience.
Yeah.
I digress. So to Jesse's point, let's say you're a merchant, you've got a store, and you're saying, this is my side hustle. I understand that I need to be in the inbox. I need to be where my customers want to see my communications, but I don't have the time to put into writing a newsletter every week or even every month. I don't have the photos. I don't have the resources. What do I do in that situation? If you're an Ecwid merchant, you are in luck. Ecwid just released a new tool.
For many reasons, by the way.
Many reasons, not the least of which is a new tool that Ecwid did release, automated emails. Now, one automated email I think everyone is probably familiar with is the abandoned cart email. It's the email someone gets when they add an item to their cart and then they peace out, leave your store without buying. Ecwid will kick out an email to that shopper and say, hey, you put this in your cart. Why don't you go ahead and complete your purchase, maybe throw a coupon code in there to sweeten the deal. And they're very, very effective. They are an email tool that even before this new automated tool just required a click. You just turn it on and it happens. And we've even had Ecwid merchants who've reported as much as a 17% conversion rate on these abandoned cart emails. So that's 17% more sales just by turning on this tool that kicks out an email and says, hey, you didn't finish buying XYZ, why don't you go ahead and do that?
Yeah. So, I mean, regular listeners of the podcast clearly have clicked this button before because they've heard us talking about it before, or if you're reading all of Tim's awesome emails, you've already turned on abandoned cart emails, and it is the kind of the no-brainer, like, yes. So please do that if you have not. This is like, you want an extra 17%? Click this button, automated emails, done. Right.
Yeah, but I think what's cool is Ecwid has evolved that. So it was just this automated abandoned cart email, which is great. But the Ecwid developers went ahead and said, hey, what are some other opportunities, some timely actions that shoppers might take in your store, behaviors they might have that we can use to send them an email automatically at a time that they would want to receive it. And so they developed a new automated email marketing tool with 7 separate automated emails for different interactions with your store.
Yeah, so think like what we did with the abandoned cart emails, which makes sense. This is like that in kind of on steroids or in other applications where customers do things on your store, and at some point, based on what you set up in the store, which is pretty easy, by the way, other emails get sent. And when you send emails, you generally get traffic and get sales. So, all right, let's get people going on these. And what are some examples of these automated emails?
Yeah, so one new one is the favorite items reminder.
Okay.
So let's say a shopper comes to your store. They're like, oh, I like this product. Oh, I like this product. Oh, I like this product. So they click that heart button, they favorite that item, and then they leave. So they haven't put it in their cart necessarily, but they have shown some interest in a product and saved it for later. The favorited items automated email would, at a certain interval, maybe it's 2 days after they add the item, maybe it's 12 hours after they add the item to their favorites, it'll send them an email and say, hey, you favorited these items, still interested? And you have an opportunity to, again, add a coupon or an offer or something to sweeten the deal to bring them back and close that sale.
Got it. So for an example, if you're thinking, all right, well, who favorites items, right? Like, all right, Prairie Melody birdseed, people are probably not favoriting the birdseed, right? Like that's probably a less likely to favorite. Now, Scouterwear, which we had on, the dog clothes, custom dog clothes, I bet you people are in there all the time, hearting these different doggy clothes, right? Doggy clothes probably get favorited more than birdseed, just saying. But, it's one of those things you might not be ready to buy it because you're like, wow, that's a lot of money for my dog. But then like 2 or 3 days later, you get this email, which is similar to an abandoned cart email. You're like, little Fluffy over there looks a little cold. I think it's time, he needs a leather jacket, right? So anyway, just kind of an example there. Probably works better for stores that would be likely to be have favorite products, right? Clothing and jewelry,
accessories, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that's one that's new. Another one that's new is the order confirmation with related products. So generally, shoppers would receive some sort of email that says, hey, we got your order. Hey, your order's shipped. So this new automated email, it gives you an opportunity with this order confirmation, which anecdotally is often the most opened email for merchants from customers.
Yeah, Tim, you stole that stat from me. That was going to be my, my zinger.
I know. I wrote it down, and I was like, "This is my chance.
Yeah,
I can shine."
Totally stole that stat from me. So the order confirmation is people open that email. They just bought something, even though they know what it's going to look like in their email. It's basically like, yeah, thank you for your order. Here's the order number, address, blah blah. But because it's the most opened, it's the best opportunity for you to slip in a little bit of marketing in there. Yep. Because they're going to open it. And if you just bought something from a store, maybe people didn't look at every single product in your store. They just, they saw this awesome jean jacket like Tim is wearing here, and they're like, I'm gonna buy this jean jacket, and they didn't really look around, and then they get these little related products, and they're like, oh, look, there's a beanie in there that perfectly matches this jacket, and then they're like, I gotta jump in and buy this beanie, right?
Yeah, or let's say you've got some accessory item. Maybe you sell shoes and you have suede shoes, and someone buys the shoes, and then they're like, oh, these shoes are going to get dirty. You send them their order confirmation with maybe an accessory item. So they make little sprays that you can spray on your shoes to guard them from dirt and water. So I'm like, oh, that's a useful thing. I should go ahead and buy that too to protect my new investment.
Yeah, all sorts of ideas for related products. You can set it up by product inside of Ecwid. There's also, if you don't set up by product, what's the related ones, it'll just get automatically done for you. Yep. So again, this is a literally I mean, is it a one-click thing here? You can set up related products for one click.
Yeah, so it's basically if you don't want to do anything, if you don't want to set up any related products manually, you just want Ecwid to just pick products and send them and just get an email out there. It's as simple as going in your control panel and clicking enable the email, and it just happens.
Yep.
It takes zero investment of your time, save for the 30 seconds if you're on really, really old dial-up.
If you forget your password, okay, that's going to take another 30 seconds. But yeah.
I've got like 4.
Yeah. Literally, these are so 2 options here that are one click each that are I don't want to say guaranteed to make you money, but pretty much guaranteed. They're guaranteed to send more emails. So I'll give you that guarantee. These are guaranteed to send more emails. Very, very, very likely to give you more money and more sales as well. So.
Yep. Another one that is new. This one is more of a long game play, but still a very, very important email. Is the ask for a review email. So you can automate that now through Ecwid. Someone buys a product. Let's say you wait. Generally, you want to wait the length of time it takes for that item to get to that merchant. Let's say your average shipping time is 6 days. So you wouldn't want to send that email for at least 6 days, probably more like 7, 8, 9 days. Give them a chance to interact with it, experience it, and then kick out this email that says, hey, hope you're enjoying your product. Love to ask you for a review. And again, it's automated. You just set the average interval time for how long it takes you to ship your products generally, and Ecwid takes care of the rest.
Yeah, love it. And, online shopping, online e-commerce, you really do need these reviews. So when you open up a store, you're not going to have any reviews, and that's fine. Everybody has to start somewhere, but reviews do matter, and this is a way to start gathering these reviews over time. We do it at Ecwid. I'm actually the guy that's responsible for those emails, so sorry. Please give us 5-star reviews, by the way. But we need reviews at Ecwid. Yeah, little shameless plug. It's okay to do this, and sometimes you get 1-star reviews, right? And that's an opportunity to improve your product. Like if you get bad reviews, okay, yeah, it's not awesome to get a bad review, but it is very important to learn what's wrong with your product, what's wrong with your shipping, whatever the problem is. It gives you a chance to fix it. If you don't get that feedback, you can't fix anything. So
yeah, and so hopefully you already have some sort of a system where you're asking for reviews. Ecwid's just made it a whole lot easier.
My guess is people don't have a system, and now this is going to be the system to get reviews. So again, a very simple click to set up automatic review emails.
All right, couple more. Thank you for shopping with us email. So this is an email you send out generally to customers who shopped a few times in your store, and it's just to continue reinforcing that customer loyalty. So let's say someone's come and shopped in your store 3 times. They've shown some evidence that like this customer could stick around for a while. It's good to make that customer feel appreciated. So send them an email, say, thanks for shopping, thanks for being a customer. Here's a discount, just saying thanks for being around. And it can go a really, really long way. So yeah, that one's a pretty simple one, but
yeah, I mean, and we mentioned like doing the newsletters. The newsletters and the promo emails, you're going to have coupons. This is one that it's a set it and forget it again, where you also don't have to send out these coupons all the time if you're worried about having too many coupons out there in the world. This is one where you can set it up to only go to certain people. So yeah, if they've bought 3 times, they get this coupon, or maybe just getting that with a free shipping notification or something, free gift, or maybe just you have all your social media on the bottom as well, where like you say thanks, here's a coupon, and then by the way, there's a link to Facebook, Instagram, so they can give a little shout out to the world, and why not? This is a very easy. Why not is the bottom line here. All right.
All right. So two more new ones. This one's a big one. The inactive customer reminder, including new bestsellers on your website. So that was a whole lot of words. Basically, what this email does is it is targeted to customers who haven't been back for a while. Maybe their last purchase was 6 months ago, or maybe it was 2 years ago. But it's an opportunity to reach out to customers who've already been engaged with your brand, who know who you are, who have shown enough interest to make a purchase, and say, hey, like, it's been a while. We've got some new stuff, and you can link to bestseller items. And again, that can be chosen by you. It can be automated through Ecwid. But you link to those items and be like, hey, these are some new things that are in the store. Why don't you come back, check us out? And again, you can add an offer to incentivize that. Just bring back those customers.
Okay. Yeah, I like that. And I think, to think of who would use that, right? Where if you have products that are bought at a specific regular interval, right? So the birdseed guy, right? All right, well, probably know how long does it take for 5 pounds of birdseed to be eaten by birds? Mm-hmm. I don't know, 2 months, 3 months?
Depends on the size of the birds.
There could be some big birds out there. I don't know, but maybe, with your business, you'll figure out, okay, yeah, it's usually about every 2 months. So if somebody doesn't come back the third month, maybe that's a good time for that email, right? Now, if it's something where it's more of a one-time purchase, maybe this doesn't work for you, right? Like it's not necessarily perfect for everyone. Like if you sell, replacement transmissions for VW Jettas. Sorry, Tim, sore spot. You probably don't want to have that reminder email after 6 months, right? Because you've already bought that transmission. You're set. So anyway.
Yeah, but again, it's always email. It's always more affordable to bring back previous customers than to go out and find new customers. So take that opportunity wherever you get it.
Totally agree. I love doing, we do a lot of podcasts about marketing, which is usually about getting new customers, but that's expensive and hard. You've already done the work. Just bring them back again to purchase from you. So,
yep. And then the last new automated email we want to talk about, and this is an interesting one, it's the purchase anniversary email. And this one might not be for everyone, but it's a cool email, and it's a cool opportunity to get consistent touch points and connect with your previous customers. So say someone bought, we'll go back to the example of an awesome denim jacket as I'm wearing. You can be like, oh, it's been a year since you bought that denim jacket. Hope you're loving it. Why don't you come back, see some of the other new stuff that we've got? We have a new denim jacket in indigo blue or something.
Yeah, I like it. That's very creative, Tim.
Thank you. I like denim jackets.
Yeah, you really like denim jackets. And yeah, that's probably a once a year purchase. Probably more like every 2 or 3, but you want somebody to buy the one the next year. And now you've just created an excuse to send an email, right? Like this is all just, in a way, excuses to send an email that makes sense. And we're trying to help give you permission to send these emails because we know that they work. And if you had to go through your customer list and figure out who bought this and it's time to send them an anniversary email, you're not going to do that. Like you're just not. So this is just another excuse. Want to just give you. We want you to not be afraid to send emails.
Yep.
So you should definitely be sending newsletter emails, right? I know that's a little more work. The promo emails is a little bit more work, and you're gonna have to sweat it out when you press send. So get that. But all these are automated emails based on triggers inside the store, automations that you can set up, set it and forget it, start making more money. Tim, what if?
Yeah. Second everything that Jesse said. Like, we want you to be in the emails. We want you to be getting in those inboxes, sending consistent messages to your customers. But if you are concerned, like, oh, maybe I'm over emailing, maybe I am fatiguing my audience, these automated emails are a great way to send consistent emails that you know are going to be timely and relevant. You don't have to think about it at all. We've done the work so that they're going to the right people at the right time.
So if you're listening, you just got to get into your store. This is a paid feature. Get in there, find the automated emails, click a few buttons, make it a little smarter. This is going to be a simple way for you to boost your sales.
Yep. If you got any questions about pizza crusts, get in touch with me. I know a lot. And I think that's all we've got for today.
It's a lot of expertise coming at you, everybody.
So much expertise.
All right. Get out there, get in your store, make it happen.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey, this is Jesse and Rich. We want to let you know we really appreciate you listening.
We hope you find the tips we give you helpful for growing your business.
You can find all of our past episodes and a lot more useful stuff at ecwid.com/podcast.
And also, check us out on your favorite podcasting platform like Apple Podcast or Stitcher. And make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing.
Be sure to let us know what you think by rating and reviewing so we can serve you better.
So subscribe on your favorite platform.
And come join our community, check out the transcripts, or tell us why you would be a great guest at ecwid.com/podcast.